Here we are, Mother.
Thank you, Noel. London seems so far away.
It's only a few hours drive from here.
And the view is even lovelier than I'd remembered.
The view is always lovely from hilltop farms, and there seems to be more visitors each year. It's a bit chilly today, Mum. Shall I get you a coat from the car?
On my shawl, perhaps. Thank you.
You know, while you're up here reading and reminiscing, I get everyone to go down to the pond.
Your favourite sport?
Why not? This is where I met Jemima Puddle Duck.
How long ago was that, Noel?
This is 1950, so about 40 years ago. I'll get your shawl.
The Adventures of Peter Rabbit and His Friends by Beatrix Potter. Now I know what you're thinking, but no, I'm not Beatrix Potter. And no, I'm not Peter Rabbit either. But I am one of Peter's friends. And I'm one of Beatrix's friends as well. In fact, I was a best friend.
Yeah, Mum. You know, while I'm down at the pond, I think I'm going to visit barns and sheds as well. See you in a bit.
Have a nice visit, though. That was Noel. He was Peter Rabbit's best friend. In fact, if it weren't for Noel, there might not have been any of the stories of Peter Rabbit. Truth to tell, if it weren't for my children, there might not have been any of the stories of Peter and the Tale of Gloucester, Jemima Puddle Duck, Jeremy Fisher, the Tale of Gloucester. You know, since you heard the farms today, I think I'll tell you about all these wonderful animals. And my family. And Beatrix Potter herself. Silly me, I haven't told you who I am yet. My name is Annie. Annie Moore. When I first met Beatrix, I was Annie Carter. I wasn't married then, and I was much younger, of course. I didn't need a wrap in those days to keep me warm. I didn't need glasses either. My hair was long and shiny, and if you don't mind my saying so, I was right pretty. At least that's what my mom and papa always told me. Yes, I was a young woman then, ready to make my way into the world. I worked hard and studied long hours at the ripe old age of 19. I became a licensed governess. Like a little Mary Poppins, you might say, only I couldn't fly. That was way back in 1883. Oh, and I certainly didn't need a cane back then, did I?
No, Beatrix, you may not.
Please, Mother!
No arguing!
But you let Bertram go to school. Why can't I?
I sent your brother to a fine private academy where wealthy young boys go.
Well, what about wealthy young girls?
They stay home to be tutored.
Beg pardon, ma'am. The new governess is here.
Thank you, Yvette. I shall be right out.
Why are governesses always old and look like giant prunes?
Mind your manners, she might hear you.
I hope she does.
Incidentally, I have instructed her that your sketch pad is to be strictly for your lessons. I have forbidden you to draw until you've shown progress in your studies. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I'll send in the governess.
Oh, hello there.
Hello. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Annie. Annie Carter.
But I was expecting my new governess.
Oh, I am your new governess.
But you're not much older than I. You don't look like a
dried-up coon.
Not at all. But you do look like I might like you.
Oh, well, let's hope so. What are you hiding behind your back?
It's nothing.
The other hand, please. It's a drawing.
It's nothing, really. Just a sketch of a rabbit.
Who taught you to draw?
No one, really. We just picked it up on our own.
We?
My brother Bertram and I on our summer vacations to Scotland. The only place where I've ever truly been happy.
Well, I was told you're not allowed to draw into your studies in proof.
Oh no, are you going to tell my parents?
I'm afraid so, dear.
Oh no.
I'm going to tell them their daughter's a fine artist. You should be encouraged to continue her work.
Oh, I am going to like you, Miss Annie.
Well, you may change your mind once you find out what I have to teach you first. German?
German? I'll never learn German. Well, I still predict we'll be best friends.
Die Frauchen?
Die Frauchen?
Oh, it's German. For the front.
Well, hello, Die Frauchen, Annie.
Hello, Die Frauchen, Beatrix. And you said you'd never learned German. You're speaking it already.
Come, let's have tea before we begin.
Beatrix's prediction came true, and we became best of friends. After our lessons, we would have talks, walks, and share secrets with one another. I felt more like a sister than a governess. As the months went by, I went and learned things from her as well. On our nature walks, she would teach me the names of wild mushrooms and mosses that grow on trees, and she'd draw pictures of them at every opportunity.
Beatrix!
Yes, Father? my room. Thank you, Father.
Oh, and Beatrix, I've decided to allow you to take art lessons.
Papa!
The governess has convinced me that you may have a little talent.
Thank you, Papa. Art lessons. At last. Thank you, Annie.
Oh, it took me almost 2 years to convince him.
Well, he is a bit stubborn, but he's a good heart, and so is Mum. I do wish you'd stop thinking of me as a child.
Well, Beatrix, there is something else I spoke to your father about.
Oh?
Well, I told him, I shall be leaving soon.
Annie, no!
I've met a wonderful man. His name is Edwin Moore, and he's asked me to marry him.
What about me? Who will I go on walks with? Who will I tell my secrets to?
Your friends.
I have no friends, just you. I want to be married too.
You will. Someday.
How can I? My parents keep me cooped up in this house all the time. Oh, I'm so miserable, I could die.
Beatrix! She didn't die, of course, but she did become quite ill for some time. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with her. She recovered in a month or so, though. In the meantime, I was busy settling into my new home, with my new husband. Before I'd known it, a whole year had gone by.
Well, I'm off to work, my love.
Well, I'll see you when you get home, dear.
Say, you don't ever miss your old job, do you?
Well, I miss Beatrix, of course, but I like what I have now even better. And what I'm going to get even better yet.
Wait, how do you know what you're going to get? Who told you?
The doctor, of course.
The doctor? How does he know I'm getting you a brand new kitchen table for our anniversary?
Well, he told me we're getting a brand new baby for our anniversary.
It must have been the carpenter. He lives on the same street as... The doctor told you what?
We're going to have a baby!
Like, you mean like a
baby?
Well, why didn't you say so?
Oh, I just did, dear.
You did, didn't you? Oh, look at me behaving all like a girl. I've got to be gentle with you now.
I'll be fine. The baby won't be here for 7 more months. Oh, you better get off to your job. You'll have to work harder than ever now to support a family.
You bet I will.
Oh, and by the way, thanks for the new kitchen table.
Now who told you about that?
You did.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Good morning, Willoughby. Guess what me and Annie get for our anniversary?
A new kitchen table.
Everyone knows about that. Guess what else?
Before long, the new baby had arrived. He was born on Christmas Eve, so we named him Noel.
Should have named him Jingle Bells.
Go off with you. Soon after that, Noel had a baby brother. We named him Eric.
Papa! Can I hold the new baby? I won't drop him, I promise.
After that, we had a first daughter, little Marjorie.
I want to play with her.
Fine, it's my turn next.
Then came little Frida.
No, you I'm the oldest.
And sweet little Nora.
Hey, I'm the oldest. You're still
We have quite the lively household around here. What's all the ruckus about this time?
The kids were wondering if maybe we could get ourselves a puppy dog we could play with.
Well, after having 5 children in 6 years, I think I would like to have a puppy next time.
Then let's go to the party and get us one.
Poor Edwin, he had to work so hard to support a family we hardly ever saw him. We had quite the household around here, but it was a happy house. Not the usual spats and bumps and bruises, but everything went pretty smoothly. Until a scarlet fever epidemic had descended onto London and the whole countryside.
Mom?
Oh, no, are you all right?
I don't feel very well.
You have a fever!
My head aches.
Oh, you better get to bed right away. I'll call your father for the doctor. Edwin! Edwin, come quick!
Oh no! This is terrible!
Is it, dear?
It's Annie's boy, Noel. He has the fever. He's very ill. I must go see him.
Nonsense, you'll do nothing of the sort.
Annie's the only friend I've ever had. I must go help her.
Beatrix, scarlet fever is a highly contagious disease.
You shan't go to that house. That is fine.
Is it because of the scarlet fever? Or is it because you don't think Annie's family is as good as ours?
That's enough, Beatrix. Your mother is right. You're not allowed to leave this house during an epidemic.
I'm not allowed to leave this house, period.
Perhaps you could write a note to the boy anyway. So no one
allow me to do that.
We'll keep it our little secret. We'll see that Thomas delivers the message.
Very well. I will write something to Noel. I've never written to a child before. I hardly know what to say. My dear Noel, because I do not know what to write to you, I shall tell you a story about 4 little rabbits whose names were
Flopsy! Mopsy! Cottontail!
and Peter. They lived with their mother underneath the root of a great, big fir tree.
Now, my dears, you may go into the field or down in the lane, but don't go into Mrs. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there, and he's put to hide by Mrs. McGregor. I'm off to get some brown bread and 5 currant buns. Goodbye. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down the lane to gather blackberries.
But Peter, who was very naughty, went straight into Mrs. McGregor's garden. Half lettuce, half beans, half radishes. Ah, Mr. McGregor!
Stop, Snake.
The little rascal lost his shoes. He won't get very far without these. Now, which way did he go?
Now, I'll head for the gate. Oh no! My jacket's caught in the fence. I'm sure he made it to a pie just my father. Oh, I should have listened to my mother. Oh, hello, Sparrows. Can you help me?
You must exert yourself, Peter.
We implore you, exert yourself.
Except myself, what does that mean?
It means...
Here he comes.
My jacket's caught in the net.
We'll help you get out of your jacket.
Thank you, little sparrows. I'll never forget you. Now, I'll head for the gate.
I know he's out there somewhere.
Uh-oh, too late. I'll have to find a place to hide.
How about in that shed over there?
There's a watering can inside that shed.
Yes, I'll hide in the water can.
Thank you, Sparrows.
Get away from him, sparrows! Isn't it bad enough I have a rabbit eating up my garden? Now what's this? I may not have caught the rabbit himself, but I got some of him anyway. I know. I'll make a scarecrow out of these things.
There's just one thing that I'll tell you about hiding in a watering can. It usually has water in it. I can hardly see. I don't know where the gate is. I also don't feel very well. All that running around can make me sick.
That should do the trick. Now where is that rat? I think I'll go check the shed.
I'm gonna run all the way home, and I'm never going to Mrs. McGregor's garden ever again.
Peter, where have you been? You're wet and cold, and where are your shoes and your jacket?
I don't feel well.
And you've been a bad rabbit! Quiet, girls. Go inside and eat your supper. We're having warm bread and fresh milk and blackberries.
Oh, I really don't feel well.
And I shall put you to bed and give you a tablespoon of chamomile tea.
Well, we have warm bread and fresh milk and blackberries.
I don't feel well, but at least I'm safe.
And that's the story of
Peter Rabbit, who never went to Mr. McGregor's garden again.
That was the beginning of Peter Rabbit. We read the story over and over and over again. We even acted it out. Before long, Noel was completely over the scarlet fever. But a little while later, we had a new illness in the family. Just a strange hat. Where did I look? I think it's a bit big on me, but maybe I'll give it to Noel.
Mom. Molly.
Let me see. Well, you seem all right to me.
But I'm not. I think I have the starlight fever.
Starlight fever?
You know, like Noel had.
Dear, scarlet fever epidemic is over, thank goodness.
Well, I have something awful. I'm going to bed and cover up. Would you please tell Miss Potter how sick I am? She would want to know.
I see.
Oh, and Mum, would you please bring me a tablespoonful of chamomile tea?
Chamomile tea. What have we started here?
Mother, you see, this paper I've written is not just about mushrooms, but about fungi in general.
What difference does that even make?
It makes a great deal of difference to the Linen Society of London, who'll be reading this paper and reviewing these drawings.
I'm afraid I must prohibit you from going into London to present this paper.
That's all right, so I've already been prohibited.
By your father?
By the Linen Society themselves. Women cannot present their own, so one of the members will do it for me.
How should they be allowed to write them?
Mother, women can be just as good in science as men. Besides, if they like it, it shall be published in a journal.
And you'll become this writer, leave your father and me.
I won't leave you, Mother. I can stay in my own room and write. I mean, even though I am old enough to be married.
Married? Are you seeing someone?
How can I? I'm never out of your sight.
Very well. We'll have Thomas take it to the society when he goes into town to buy food for the dinner arrangements.
Thank you, Mother.
Providing you help with the dinner party, because that's a task below a woman in science.
Of course I'll help, Mother.
Good. It's a very important affair. Dr. Doyle and his wife are coming.
Did you invite someone for me?
It slipped my mind. Perhaps next time.
But it's always next time.
Well, then that gives you something to look forward to.
Excellent presentation, Dexter. All chop.
As was yours, Bodkins, positively inspired.
You're both great as always.
Thanks, Massey, old boy.
But I was stuck with being this one on the germination spores of the iron carne.
Our hypothesis is full of holes.
No conclusive evidence whatsoever.
What can you expect from an uneducated scientist?
An untrained artist.
A woman, no less.
I shall write Miss Potter a polite but pointed rejection note.
Good idea, Marcy.
Well, shall we head down to the club for a pint or two?
Indeed, you've earned it.
Dexter, old boy, I solemnly embrace the theory of the regeneration of the...
Miss Beatrix! Miss Beatrix!
Yes, Yvette?
The matter, so you have something.
Something for me. That's unusual.
2 letters this morning.
My love. Thank you, Yvette. Oh, good. The one I've been waiting for. But we regret to inform you. What do they mean? My hypothesis is incorrect. I studied those spores firsthand. Not like a bunch of pompous old men who sit in an office all day. All that work. The research. So much for my future in fungi. Perhaps Mother is right. My only future is here. Running the house, bossing the servants, living in my own little world. Oh, I almost forgot the second letter. It's from Annie. My dear Beatrix, I'm writing to request an unusual favor of you. Starlight fever. So, if you could write a brief story and include a few drawings as you did for Noel. Of course I will. Right this minute, as a matter of fact. A bunch of snobby old men may not listen to my words, but I know 5 very bright children who will. Now, what shall I write about? I know. The legend I heard when I visited my cousin in Gloucester. That will make a dandy story. My dear reader, because you have been ill, here is a story. One that nobody has ever read before. In a time of swords and periwigs and full sketchy coats, there lived a tailor in Gloucester. All day long he sewed and stitched, piecing out his satin and lutestring and pompadour. But although he sewed fine silk for his customers, himself was very, very
Poor mice which run about this house. What's wrong with the mice today? Why do they squeak so loudly? Oh, hello, Cynthia. Have you been after the mice again? Very well. I want you to run some water for me. I have it 4 pence in the world, but Saturday is Christmas, and I must eat off. So buy a pan of wheat bread, milk, and sausage. That leaves me but 1 penny to my name. Who's there? Have a madness, sir. It's Putnam. Welcome, sir.
Are you the tailor of Gloucester?
Indeed I am.
I have an order for you. A fine, long, elegant coat and a matching waistcoat. Here, little Milton. I need this done by Christmas morning.
Oh, but sir, Christmas is only 4 days away. I couldn't possibly.
The coats are for my master, the mayor of Gloucester.
The mayor?
Christmas is his wedding day, and he's prepared to be very well indeed.
No, it's such short notice.
Shall I go elsewhere?
No, I can do it. I hope.
Good. We shall come to the coats Christmas morning.
Simpkin, did you hear? The mayor wants me to make his wedding coat. Do I have materials? Cherry colored silk for long coat, cream colored satin for waistcoat, foxgloves, cuffs, buttons, and everything I need except a skin and twist search altogether. Simpkin, take my last penny and buy a skin of cherry colored silk. Now be off. I best get started right away. First to measure, then to cut. Some habits that I heard. Cross my imagination. Now where was I? Oh yes, these pieces of clothing couldn't line up perfectly so that there it is again. So my heart felt so nervous about doing this job well, and had to do it so quickly too. Now the cups rustling in the pantry. Who's in there? Oh, hello, little mice. What are you doing under the cups in the pantry? Simply got you. The big piece. Once straight to the season, I released you. Now be off before Simpkin returns and catches you yet again. Now where was I? Oh yes, these pieces of cloth are perfect. Imagine me making the wedding coat to the mayor of Gloucester. Oh, good. You returned. Milk, bread, sausage. Now for the most important item, the twist. Simpkin, you didn't give me the twist. The mice. I love the little spirits of the season. Come, you can eat with me. But first, you must give me the twist. Simpkin, you didn't give me the twist. Simpkin. Oh no! She jumped on the street! She's running down the street! Simpkin, stop! Stop, I say! Oh no! She's taking me back for one of Miss Mice poetry. Oh, woe is me. I feel ill. I must lie down.
Look, the poor tailor who saved us is ill. He has a high fever. He will never be able to clean the coats for the man. I wish there was something we could do to help. Perhaps we could sew the clothes together.
But he has no twist. That nasty old Simpkin took it with her.
Poor tailor.
Well, I've punished my master for 3 days. I believe that's long enough. Oh, here he is.
Here, master. Here are the twists. You better get busy. Christmas is tomorrow. Come on, wake up. Wake up and get to work. Is he sick? He's unconscious. He's very ill and it's all my fault. I'll never be able to get the mayor's wedding coat finished. I've ruined his chances of fame and fortune. Come on. I'm so sorry, master.
Poor fellow, he's still sick. He has no strength at all. But he does have the twist.
That rascal Simpkin must have felt guilty and brought it back. But it's too late. Unless, come on, gang, we got work to do. Kelly waistcoat. Come on. 3 of them I sat down to spin. Lucy passed by and she peeped in. Wondered at my fine little men, making coats for gentlemen. Shall I come in and cut off your threads? Anonymous pussy cut off our heads. Almost complete. It's Christmas morning! All done! Hurry! The Meredith footman will be here any minute. Uh-oh! Master, wake up! The Meredith footmen are here!
Oh, hello, Simpkin. How long have I been in bed? I had such a strange dream.
I say, is anyone there?
Oh no, they're here for the coats. It must be Christmas already.
Open up, Taylor. The mare's here to be fitted.
There's nothing to do but tell the truth. You are a naughty cat, Simpkin. But I suppose it's part of my fault for letting my story. So, I forgive you.
Taylor, are you in there?
Come in. Good morning, Lordship.
I understand you do excellent work, Taylor.
Oh, I'm afraid you'll be quite disappointed. You see, I do cuffs, fabrics, buttons, but I had no twist. So I sent Simpkin out to get a twist, and while she...
Fetched it, used it, and here are the coats.
Excellent. I'm not disappointed the least.
How did this happen?
Magnificent. And to think you only did the work in 4 days?
A perfect fit, my lord.
So it is.
What's this here on the coat? A note saying, no more twists.
You see, the last buttonhole could not be finished because there was
No more twists.
Precisely.
But the other buttonholes are so perfect. So neat and small, almost if they were made by mice.
By mice.
Mice.
To be honest, I like the waistcoat this way. Now it leaves more room for the wedding feast.
Speaking of the wedding, we must be off now.
Taylor, Kat, I would like to invite you to my wedding.
Thank you, Lord. You are more than kind.
And when we reach my mansion, I shall pay you double, not triples, for your marvelous work. In time, you should be a rich man, Taylor.
And in certain time, you should be a married man. We must be off.
Come, Taylor, come, Kat. Let us enjoy the joyous season. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Happy New Year.
Thanks to the very large part of the tailor of Gloucester, freedom recovered remarkably from a bout with the starlight fever. Beatrix wrote stories to the other children as well. They were so delightful, I told them she should have them made into books, so that all children could enjoy them. Finally, 8 years after first writing Peter Rabbit, Beatrix borrowed the original letter from all, made 6 copies of it, and sent it to 6 different book publishers. It wasn't long till they responded.
Sorry. Regrets. Not at this time. Not for our markets. Not for our readers. But thank you very much. 6 rejections.
There, I hope this puts an end to your foolishness about writing some book.
I'm sorry, Beatrix, dear.
Well, at least this one says thank you very much. One and company.
Yes, well, I'm afraid that they also have turned you down, my dear. But you gave it a good try, anyway.
Now may we all try to have our dinner while it's still warm.
Are you coming, Beatrix?
I'm not very hungry. Papa?
Yes?
I think I want to publish Peter Rabbit myself.
Well, still, but you have no printing press.
I mean, I want to pay to have it published.
And what will you use for money?
Those bank stocks you gave
The
me?
stocks are for your future.
I'm always living for the future. I want to live now, in the present for a change. There's a small printing company on Tower Street. They'll print as few as 250 copies. Please, Papa.
Is it that important to you?
I just want to see my stories and my pictures in a book. All I've ever wanted to do is write.
Oh, very well. On one condition.
Anything, Papa.
Don't tell your mother, or we'll both be in the soup. And speaking of soup, it's waiting for us on the table. That is, if your appetite has returned.
Yes, Papa. It suddenly has.
And here it is, the first printed copy of Peter Rabbit. Previously printed by Beatrix Potter. She gave most of the copies away, but she did manage to sell a few to family and friends.
9, 10, 11, 12. This bit of money means more to me than any amount of wealth my family has ever had.
Miss Beatrix?
Yes, Yvette?
Here's the money now, and there's a gentleman here to see you.
I wasn't expecting anyone, especially not a gentleman. Show him in.
Right away, ma'am.
nice of him to write to me.
Mrs. Bolter,
Yes?
I'm Norman Moore of Morning Company.
Right, the book publisher. What can I do for you?
First, I'll have permission to set this down.
Of course. What is it?
A dollhouse. I made it for my niece. I didn't want to leave it out the carriage. The sun might walk.
It's lovely, and you made it?
It's my hobby. My real job is working as an editor with my brothers, which brings me to why I'm here. We were reconsidering your tale of Peter Rabbit for possible publication.
That's wonderful!
Yes, well, I told my brothers I'd give you a call since my niece lives nearby.
Do you and your wife also live in the area, Mr. Wan?
Oh, I'm not married.
I see.
Well, we shall be back in touch as soon as we make a decision.
Perhaps this might help, an endorsement, you might say. It's from a man who read my stories to his children.
With sincere admiration, Dr. Arthur Conan Jr. The author Sherlock Holmes! I would say this is the first-rate endorsement! Thank you, Mrs. Bolter. I must show this to my brothers!
Wait! Don't forget your dollhouse!
Oh, goodness, my mind got sidetracked there for a moment.
Look at the little furniture and the tiny dishes of food.
It's all plaster, see? The food is glued to the plates.
Where are the dolls?
Oh, my niece already has them. Lucinda and Jane are called?
Well, I'm sure Lucinda and Jane should be very pleased with their new home.
Yes, well, good name, Mrs. Bolter.
Mr. Wan. Is it possible? Might they really publish my book? Oh, I can hardly sit still. I must write to Annie about this. Does that door need oiling again? That's not a door. That's mice. Go home, you two. I shall write a story about you. Wait a minute. I like that idea. I like that idea very much. Once upon a time, there was a very beautiful dollhouse. It belonged to two dolls, Lucinda and Jane. But Lucinda never ordered meals and Jane never did any of the cooking because the dinner had been bought ready-made. There were 2 red lobsters, a ham, a fish, some pears and oranges. They were artificial, of course, but they were very lovely. One day, Lucinda and Jane decided to go out.
Jane, dear.
Yes, Lucinda?
Shall we go for a drive in the perambulator?
I should be delighted to. Will our house be safe?
Perfectly. There's no one to disturb us, but perhaps a mouse or two, but what harm could they do?
None at all.
Then let us be off to the perambulator.
Presently, there was some scuffling and scratching at the corner of the house. Tom Thumb popped his head out. Tom Thumb is a mouse. A second later, his wife, Hunca Munca, popped her head out too.
Hey, Uncle Monka, look, it's a house inside a house.
Seems to me, sweetie.
And look at this lovely dinner they have laid out.
Fit for a king it is, Tom.
And a queen too, Uncle Monka.
Ah, go on.
Now I'll do the honors and carve the ham.
Such a gentleman.
The ham, it's tough as concrete. We'll have the fish for now. It's tougher than the ham.
And so's the lobster.
And the fruit.
Everything's stuck to the dishes.
It's a trick being played on us.
Black magic, I'd say it is.
No one both of us were on Tom Thumb.
Or Hunca Munca.
We'll show them.
You bet.
And I think for our troubles, occupants of this house should reward us with something. Like this chair, I'd say it's not my size.
And I can use the other for me backside.
And then we'll come back for the table.
And the cupboard.
And everything else for what they've done to us.
Let's go, Tom.
Right behind you, everybody.
What a lovely bag, Lucinda.
Wasn't the DJ, my dear?
Oh no!
What has happened?
We have an intruder put in.
Look at this mess.
And the chairs have been stolen.
We must call for the authorities. Help! Help! Authorities! Authorities!
And once we get the cupboard, it's the puppies!
We've got to hide!
Morning, ladies. Did you call?
Thank goodness it's a bobby.
It's Jimmy. Jimmy Witherspoon at your service, ma'am. A member of Her Majesty's mighty police. You've been intruded upon?
My words exactly.
Now who would have done this terrible thing to a couple of dolls like you?
Dolls?
In a dollhouse like this?
Dollhouse?
It's terrible.
Never done anything to anybody!
There. Calm down. Come with me to the station and I'll make a report on the vandals and thieves.
Vandals?
Thieves?
Us? And them, two innocent dolls?
I feel just terrible.
I ain't feel too bad since I cheated on my 8th grade arithmetic exam.
You got caught?
No, the chap I cheated on got all the wrong answers.
Where you going, Todd?
To attend the semester.
It's the right and proper thing to do. You know, pick up his food and put it back on the table. Oh no! Look at this! They broke a bit off the food!
And we scratched the table a trifle.
What are we to do?
Repay them with this.
What's that?
The crooked sixpence found under the hearthrug last Christmas Eve.
The sixpence we were saving for our retirement!
Just the same to recover damages.
It's the right and proper thing to do.
Here we are, ladies.
They're back.
Everything has been restored!
Our home is neat and tidy again.
Just a chip off the food.
And a slight scratch off the table.
But what's this?
Crooked sixpence.
Left behind, no doubt, by the repentant thieves.
Oh, not thieves, sir. Just innocent passerbys who temporarily went astray.
And came back to mend their ways.
That's a stall.
You bet your Unga Munga.
Thank you ever so much, sir.
Would you care to stay for tea?
I'm on duty, ma'am, but I'm off at 4.
Then we'll have tea at 4.
Precisely at 4.
Delighted.
May we show you up, Bobby?
It's Jimmy.
Oh yes, Jimmy.
Jimmy Witherspoon, a member of Her
Majesty's mighty police.
Right, and jolly good of you to invite me to tea.
A pleasure.
After all,
It's the right and proper thing to do.
I know Beatrice has written several stories, but none of them have ever been made into books, other than the one she published herself. Beatrix wondered if anyone, other than a few of her family and friends, would ever read her stories. Then one day she received a letter from the Warren Publishing Company.
Can you meet with us at your earliest convenience? I can meet with you even earlier than that. Yvette, fetch my very best dress, you know, the one I never get a chance to wear.
And so Beatrix was off to the Frederick Warren Company for a meeting which would literally and literarily change her life forever.
Norman!
Yes, Harold.
Here's another letter from the London woman inquiring about her manuscript. When you reject these would-be authors, don't be surprised, see none be done with it.
Yes, Harold.
Oh! And I decided to work with Miss Miller in the new book. That leads you to edit that rabbit story. I'll hold you in the line.
Oh, no, I mean, if you insist, you are the senior editor, of course.
For now, yes. I may retire someday, but don't count on it. Through and you can check the film at on sales figures.
I swear, this office has no new ideas. Well, if Mrs. Potter were here, she would have ideas. I knew she would. Maybe brand new. She's here right now. It's almost lunchtime yet. I'm starving. afternoon, Mr. Wall. Oh, Mrs. Potter. Thank you for coming to our office.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I'm pleased to inform you that the editorial board of Morning Company has made the decision to publish the tale of Peter Rabbit.
That's wonderful, thank you.
However,
yes,
a very demanding editor has been assigned to work with you.
Oh, I see. An ogre, no doubt.
Oh, much worse. After a day of attacking the manuscript, he might invite you out to dinner.
It's you, isn't it?
Yes, well, I hope you don't mind.
Of course not. I'm very pleased.
Mrs. Potter, where did you learn to write for children?
Well, you see, I've just written these stories to please myself because I never really grew up. When shall we start?
How about right now? First, we're going to the layout room and discuss the artwork. There seems to be a Celtic influences in your sketches, but I wonder how
Peter Rabbit was published in October of 1902. It was an immediate success. Dear me. Readers were enchanted by Beatrix Potter's simple stories and elegant illustrations. More stories followed in short order. The Tale of Gloucester, Squirrel Nutkin, The Two Bad Mice, and even more were in the works. Everyone was delighted with the success of the budding new author. Well, not quite everyone, as Beatrix would soon find out when she visited her parents at their summer vacation home.
Rupert, I believe Beatrix is coming up the path. Shall we go meet her?
Ah, there you are!
Mother!
And the garden's just lovely.
Beautiful as always. Now, I shall stay 2 weeks and not a day longer.
Oh, a month anyway, just until Bertram arrives.
I can't! I'm expecting a contract which I must sign at once. By the way, have you received anything from them?
From whom?
From Morning Company, my publisher.
Oh, a letter perhaps, but it can wait.
I'm expecting a contract which I must sign.
Oh, very well. There you are.
Thank you.
All this business is so bothersome, very commonplace, and
exciting. Oh, here's a contract and a letter from Norman. I mean, Mr. Warren.
I do wish you'd come to your senses and learn that...
Mother, there's something else in this envelope.
A ring?
An engagement ring. Norman has asked me to marry him.
Marry, but he's a tradesman, a member of the working class.
He's a fine man, from a fine family. I've known Norman for 3 years and I'm going to marry him.
You're too young to get married.
I'm 38 years old, Mother.
Wait till you're 40.
I'm a grown woman now.
Yes, you are, but she's still my daughter living in my home. Although I cannot forbid this marriage, I can keep the secret from all intermediate families. I want no announcement made of this.
Very well, Mother.
What are we going to do? She might leave us for good.
Ah, there you are. Shall we go to the sailing ring?
Rupert, it's all your fault! You should have never given her that sketch pad on her 7th birthday!
Sketch pad, birthday. Helen dear, what on earth are you talking about?
Things do not always go as they are planned, and so it was with Beatrix and her pending marriage to Norman Warren. Only 2 weeks after receiving the engagement ring, Norman died. He passed away suddenly from a blood disease which no one, including himself, was aware of. In her grief, Beatrix buried herself in her work to escape the pain of her deep loss. Norman Warren would always be a part of her writing and a part of her life.
Beatrix?
Yes, Mother.
Now that this very unpleasant business is behind you, I ask that you drop notions of writing a book and become a woman befitting your class.
Mother.
Now that I am older, you shall oversee the proper running of this home.
I shall oversee the proper running of a home.
Oh good, you've come to your senses.
But it will not be the running of this house.
What do you mean?
I bought a farm near Swarry.
A farm in Miss Swarby? Where'd you get the money?
From the sale of my books.
And where will the servants come from?
There will be no servants. I shall work the farm myself.
Yourself? Well, at least this will put an end to your books.
To the contrary, I shall write more books now than ever. Norman once said that someday my stories shall be read more than those of any author in the world. I have much more books to write to fulfill Norman's faith in me.
I can never really understand children, but fortunately I only had 2.
Well, I'm not sure any of us understands children completely, but that didn't stop Edwin and I from having a big family. After the first 5 children, we added 3 more. Joan, Hilda, and the baby here.
Annie! Oh, Beatrix!
And the baby, our little Beatrix herself. I was going to name the last one after you, even if it had been a boy.
Well, here's a gift for my godchild then. Namesake. And I have a new manuscript for the others.
Oh, they'll be delighted.
I find it much more satisfactory to address real-life children. I think that was the secret to Peter Rabbit's success. It was written to a child, dear sweet Nora.
Oh, well. I'll tell you what. It's almost time for the baby's nap. We'll all gather in the nursery, so little Beatrix can hear the story too. Children!
Yes, Mother?
Come to the nursery quick. Miss Potter has a new story for you.
Yay!
What's the new story about?
Well, it concerns a frog called Mr. Jeremy Fisher. He lived in his damp house amongst the buttercups at the very edge of the pond.
Ah, fine day for fishing. I have my roll of brasserie, my line of water, and my bait of worms. I shall catch a fine mess of minnows for my dinner tonight. For my word, who comes here? A tortoise and a... Oh, why, it's Mr. Albert told me tortoise.
Morning, Mr. Jeremy Fisher.
And Sir Isaac Newton. All the day, Mr. Jeremy Fisher.
Where are you going?
Fishing, Mr. Albert told me tortoise, for a fine mess of minnows, Sir Isaac Newton. So it would seem, Mr. Jeremy Fisher. Why, I say, you both are invited to my home there amongst the buttercups edge of the pond for a fine fish dinner.
But why you did not have any fish?
Well, we have faulty that. Oh, gentlemen, I am, by my very name, a fisherman.
Very well, we shall arrive for dinner this evening, Mr. Jeremy Fisher. After you, Sir Isaac Newton.
No, after you, Sir Oliver.
Very well, walk this way.
Well, here I am at the pond. Time for a bit of fishing. A frog he would, a wooing go. A frog he would, a wooing go. And he dressed himself from top to toe. Oh, I think I've caught my first minnow. Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I've caught little Jack Sharp again. I do not want you, little Jack Sharp. You are a stickleback covered with spines. Ouch! Don't stick me like that!
Don't catch me like that.
Well, it wasn't my intention, I assure you.
Now please throw it back in. You don't catch me again.
Well, don't nibble on my bait again.
A fella's hiding someplace.
Sticklebacks are impossible to eat. The only purpose on a dinner table, the beef can find bits. Why, I say, that's a bit out of me. I shall have some lunch. What I have again today? Ah, delicious butterfly sandwich. Oh, Miss Mouser, marry me. Oh, Miss Mouser, marry me. Yes, if Uncle Rout would agree. Ah, now I've caught minnow. Oh, I've caught fish. Oh, now I've caught...
Well, the trout!
A trout's favorite meals.
That's right. Welcome to dinner, Miss Cross. My dinner.
Help!
Now, let's get to the bottom of the pond where I live. Now, for my dinner. Ugh. Yuck. You taste like an old wet swallow. Here, I'm throwing you back. You're the worst tasty frogs I ever had. Send me one of your relatives next time. The good tasting ones, though.
Oh, goodness, that was close. Lucky for my old Paul Macintosh. When he bit into it, he thought it was me. Oh, I'm too undone to fish any further. I shall return home. Dear me, dear me. Oh, hello, Miss Alvin Tommy Torres. And Sir Isaac Newton. Oh, I regret to inform you. I've caught no minnows for dinner tonight.
We anticipated as much, Mr. Jeremy Fisher.
So we brought the nice garden salad all dinner.
Excellent! To go with it, I believe I have my love. Fine roasted grasshopper, delicious ladybug sauce to go with it. Will you, Mr. Alvin Tommy Torres, accompany me to my home amongst the buttercups edge of the pond?
I'll be happy to accommodate your husband, Mr. Jeremy Fisher.
And you, Sir Isaac Newton?
Delighted, Mr. Jeremy Fisher.
Very well, gentlemen. Walk this way.
try, Mother. I'm sure you and Father visit me at the farm next month. We'll definitely try. What's that contraption you've been working on lately?
Just a little project I've picked up for a group I've joined.
What kind of group?
The Association for the Blind of London.
Mother, you're transcribing words into bread for the blind!
Well, with you going away to that little farm of yours, I was going to have a little extra time on my hands, so I volunteered.
That's wonderful.
I'm still a little slow at this, so I'm not used to doing things for other people.
Carrots ready to be a trick.
Papa!
Here, let me help you with this.
What are you doing home?
Well, I'm actually delivering a letter to you. It was brought to me in the club by Dr. Massey. You remember him?
I don't think so.
He was the Linen Society of London.
Oh, right, the fungus fellows.
See, the hypothesis of yours on the germination of spores turned out to be correct after all. They wanted to apologize.
Well, bully for them.
Too bad they didn't make the discovery sooner.
If they had, I might still be writing dreadfully dull papers full of 5 people to read.
6. I've always read everything you've written, whether I liked it or not.
That you have, Papa. That you have.
Hilltop Farm gave Beatrix Potter more pleasure and inspiration than she'd ever known. Over the next 5 years, she wrote 10 new stories, all of which were published, and some were even translated into foreign languages. But the world-famous author was still just a farm girl at heart.
Get back here, Bucket Puddle Duck. I need to check your feathers for mites. Where? There you are, old girl. I'll get you. I'm a faster duck than you are anyway.
Beatrix put a lot of animals in her stories, and she gave most of them names, but none was more memorable nor endearing than the tale of Jemima Puddleduck.
Jemima Puddleduck?
Good morning, Rebecca Puddleduck. How's my sister-in-law today?
I have no complaints.
Well, I do.
And what's that, Jemima?
Just this, Rebecca Puddleduck. I want to lay my eggs and hatch them, but the farmer's wife won't let me. She takes them and cooks them for her family.
I'm glad she takes my eggs. I haven't the patience to sit on some nest for 28 days just to hatch some little ducklings.
Hello, my fine feathered friend. Had you an egg from me this morning? Good for you, Rebecca. Here's some corn. And how about you, Jemima? Ah! Don't pick me, silly bird. I'm not able to hatch your egg, but we have enough ducklings on the farm as it is. Good girl. Here's some corn.
Why don't we go to the puddle for a little swim, Jemima Puddleduck?
The puddle is not for me, Rebecca Puddleduck. I'm going to leave this farm straight away and find somewhere else to hatch my eggs.
Well, good luck, Jemima Puddleduck. I do admire your cook.
I see someone in the distance. That'll be a perfect spot for me to lay my eggs. I shall fly right over. Perfect. A perfect spot to pursue my project.
What now?
My one elderly gentleman.
You want to pay my deal?
I'm simply supposed to lay my eggs and hatch them. It seems like a good location.
Some detective, some Willie, would wait there when you see your eggs. For what? Still you.
Steal me? For what?
For a plump, succulent, delicious feast.
Sure.
You sure it's over there? Over there! That applies to my son lessons. You'll shed it back in an ideal place to lay your eggs.
It looks very comfortable.
Soft, tender, sing of course.
Very well, you civil and handsome gentleman. I will take up your offer. I will lay my eggs and sell them for the next 28 days.
Hatch the hatch my claws.
Beg pardon?
Hatch one spot. Come, I'll show you.
Perfect. I'm so fortunate. I like that.
17, 18, 19. And one short again. Now who? Jemima. I haven't seen her in several days. I hate you're right. I know. I'll have kept the dog with for her. Cap, come here, boy.
Now let's see. How does the market fare?
Sir, I laid all my eggs. I shall send them for the next 4 weeks.
What's the limit? When we start a little dinner party.
Is there anything you do to help?
Actually, there is. Could you go back to your farm and get some seasoning?
Of course.
I'll need sage, thyme, mint, 2 onions, and spring pasta. In the meantime, I'll put the water on the boil.
I'll be right back.
That's my darling.
I won't. I certainly won't. What a fellow.
Perfect seasoning for a perfect duck dinner. And sir, I shall have a fine custom pudding made from 9 delicious duck eggs. Now let's see. Where's my baby's pox?
Let's see. Sage, thyme, check. Mint, parsley, check. 2 large onions, double check. I have everything you ordered.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, it's the dog. Hello.
seasoning during the pot. The water has come to a full boil. Now, time to add the final ingredient to my main dish.
And pray, what is that?
You mean, who is that?
Well, yes. Who is the final ingredient for the main dish?
Look into my eyes. What do you see?
My handsome companion, of course.
What else do you see?
My reflection. Me?
That's the final ingredient for the main dish.
Oh, I feel warm all over.
In a minute, you'll feel it warm all over.
Yes, I do think I'm hanging on direction. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say I'm the main dish?
To be more precise, the whole entire meal.
Help! Help! I've been unboxed by a fox! Get it, boys!
Wow. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. How could I have ever been so stupid?
It's just part of your charming personality, I reckon. Here come the puppies now. I bet they taste that old fox flavor good. Good work, boys. Well, let's head back to the farm.
First, let me get my eggs.
I'm afraid it's a little late for that, Mama.
They ate my eggs?
Hey, I had to promise them a little something for their troubles, you know? And puppies just love their eggs.
Very well. I can always lay more eggs. Thank you, friends. I can't wait to get back to the farm. I'll never leave again.
Beatrice went on to write more than 40 books, translated into 12 languages and transcribed into 6 braille editions for the blind. His stories would go on to be read by more than 100 million children and adults. And it all started with the story of a little rabbit named Peter, written in a letter to a boy named Noel.
Who are you calling, Mother?
Oh, I was recalling Noel. Recalling the story of Peter and his friends, the animal kind and the human kind. But perhaps the friend I was recalling the most today was the woman who brought all of us here together.
Oh, I've forgotten how steep this hill is. I haven't forgotten anything else about this farm. It's all just the way it was.
Oh, yes, it is, Noel.
I can still see this part. Chasing the ducks, feeding the rabbits, petting the dogs. Like it was only yesterday. But I'll go into the conference room. I'll be right back.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Beatrix did finally end up getting married to a nice little country lawyer who lived around the mountains here. She was 47 when she got married. Her mother begged her to wait till she was 50. Before she died, Beatrix requested that her ashes be scattered atop her beloved hilltop farm, right where we are. So in a sense, here she still resides. At times I can still hear her voice, many of the other voices she created as well.
I find it much more satisfactory to address real-life children. I think that was a secret to Peter Rabbit's success. It was written to a child.
I'm gonna run all the way home, and I'm never going to Miss Moonraker's garden ever again.
Master, wake up! The man is bumping in here!
I'm happy to accompany to your house, Mr. Jerry Fisher.
I can't wait to get back to the farm. I'll never leave again.
It's the right and proper thing to do. You see, I've just written these stories to please myself because I never really grew up. All I've ever wanted to do is write.